Hi, I'm March from StrataGames, and today we're doing something a bit different. I'm doing a Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. This is the first draft I'm playing of the set. I also did not get to pre-release, so I'm going in mostly blind. I haven't even looked at the set fully. This card seems pretty good, though. 2/2 first strike lifelink for 2, and whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. Hopefully my audio wasn't too bad for those first 15 seconds. Chomping Changeling when it enters, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment. Not bad. Beginning of each end step, if you put a counter on a creature this turn, such enchantment deals 2 damage to each opponent. That's cool with Blight. When this enters, you gain X life, where X is the greatest power among giants you control. Blight 1, this creature deals 2 damage to each opponent. That seems really good. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, Surveil 2. We have a 4 mana Banishing Light if we want to stay white. That's the only white spell. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, Surveil 2. I don't really know. Nothing here seems like I need to take it 100%. And removal's good, so I think we're just taking this. Like, all of these uncommons, of which there are 5, seem decent, but nothing, again, that I'm like, oh, I absolutely must take that. Impolite Entrance. Target creature gains trample and haste for 1 mana, and you draw a card. That seems really good. Turn target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Return 2 target creature cards that share a creature type from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, this is like a functional reprint of Draugr, or Return of the Draugr or something from Call Time. Let's see. For white, we have a 2/1 first strike on our turn Changeling, or a 2/3 lifelink Changeling. Neither of those are very good. I mean, they both seem like filler. Actually, this one's when it enters, create a 1/1 Flying Vigilance Convoke for 5. That's not bad. Convoke is the white-blue theme, if we want to lean into that, but of course this is also hybrid white, so I could just be white. When this enters, you may pay 2 if you don't Blight 2. I guess we're just taking this. This pack seems a lot less exciting than the previous ones. This pulls out an elf for a swamp. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target Merfolk you control gets +2/+0. 3 mana 1/3. That's not bad though. You can Convoke with it and then get a trigger, which is kind of cool. When the enters, target creature gains flying, and it's basically Encycler. And Behold Cycle. When this creature dies, if it had a -1/-1 counter on it, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control and it loses all abilities. Very interesting. Beginning of combat on your turn, you may Blight 1. When you do, target creature gains haste. That's kind of cool. Or just put 4 -1/-1 counters on target creature for 3 mana. I'm a little torn, but removal's good, so I think we'll go with this Blight Rot. Steam Vents for the money draft, I guess. Auntie's Sentence. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land permanent card from it. That player discards that card, or target creature gets -2/-2. I mean, it's removal. It's expensive sorcery speed removal, and it's kind of a bad hand attack spell, but could be okay. This is a 4/4 for 3. Really, it's a 2/2. Whenever another creature you control enters while it has a -1/-1 counter on it, you remove a counter. That doesn't seem bad, actually. It seems like you can make it a 4/4 pretty quickly. Just a 2/2 that scales. I think it's that or the Sentence. When the Sentence mill 2 cards. Yeah, just because we're trying to stay. These are about equivalent. Like this removal spell I don't love, but I guess we're a little more white. Let's try to take that for now. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, you may pay a life. If you do, draw a card. That's really good, but if we're white-black, this is triple black, which is kind of tough to play. When this enters, you may Blight 1. If you do, each opponent discards a card. That's okay. It's not amazing. Then we have some decent blue cards, decent red cards. We'll probably take one of these two. We're not looking blue yet, or probably at all. I'm not married to black, though, but nothing else here seems that much better. I guess we'll take this Dream Caesar. Foil Steam Vents. Eclipsed Marrow. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards. You may reveal Merfolk. Put it in the bottom. Yeah, we're kind of looking maybe splashing this blue whenever you attack. I guess this is okay. When it enters, you may Blight 1. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Yeah, that's the one I already have. This is another one of that Dune Guard. Summit Sentinel. When this dies, draw a card. In the meantime, it can be a Convoker. We're definitely looking white and either black or blue. Currently blue, we have some decent payoffs for. You know, if target non-land permanent puts it into their library, second from the top or in the bottom. I guess, I don't know. I should have taken the two drop, I think. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of this guy. I was just like, oh, maybe this is decent, but I think the 2-drop would have been better there. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they have exiled cards with total mana value 5 or greater. Till end of turn, you may cast. This is a 7-drop. It doesn't have a Convoke. That doesn't seem very good. Whenever this attacks, you may tap another untapped creature. If you do that, this creature can't be blocked. Sure. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, you loot or run away together. I guess we're kind of going Merfolk here a little bit. Comes tapped, target creature and opponent controls -3/-0. Yeah, it's alright. Not sure we'll be playing 2 of them, but I'm not expecting this to be a perfect draft. Like I said, I have not played at all with the set so far, and I'm not very... I haven't even looked at too much at all the stuff, all the cards in the set. But I've... something that I don't show too much on the channel at this point since I mostly do Pauper. I do love Limited. I played Limited as my main format for several years, and so I wouldn't mind showing it on the channel a little bit more, and I figured what better set than Lorwyn Eclipsed, a pretty highly anticipated set that looks pretty sweet. Alright, we got 4/4 for 4 in red. All creatures have haste. All creatures, including theirs. Whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds an additional mana. That's crazy. Okay. Enters, choose one of these main types. Add 1 mana of the color. Yeah, we don't need that. Enters 2 -1 counters, so it's a 4/5. 2 mana, remove a counter from this. Another target creature gets +1/+0 and gains flying. That's not bad. Another Voracious Tome Skimmer that searches for a basic land. Nothing else looks amazing. So we're somewhere in the Esper realm. Hovel Hurler feels like the best card here. If we do go like full Esper, although we'd need some tap lands for that, and I'm not sure. I don't think there are dual lands at common or uncommon. Then the Skimmer would be decent, but yeah, I mean, blue looked somewhat open. I guess we'll take this. I don't really know. Feels like we don't know what we're doing. When it enters, transform into it, you may discard a card. I mean, it's red. We're probably not taking it. When this creature becomes tapped, create a 1/1 with flying. It's a 4 mana 3/2, but that is a really good ability. Unbury. 1 or 2 target creatures each get +2/+1. Or this draw 3, discard 1. Probably just taking the Pestered Wellguard. Like, yeah, I think blue has looked pretty open, and so we'll probably cut the black. I don't know about this Tome Skimmer either. Cut these for now. Take this guy. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, surveil 2. I mean, we're going to have some instance, but we're not specifically going for that. This is a 2 mana 2/2. Remove a counter from this creature. Target creature gains indestructible, but as a sorcery. Okay. Good, but not insane, seeing as it's not instant speed. It is a giant. It is still just good. It's a 2/2 that can scale. We can use some more 2-drops. Blossoming Defense is back. Sun-Dappled Celebrant. Big Convoke guy. Seems okay. A lot of green here, but we're pretty far from green. I think we're just taking this Celebrant. We need more cheap creatures, maybe even some 1-drops, but Convoke seems good, which is obviously kind of what we're going for here. We have almost exclusively creatures, so I wouldn't mind some more removal or interaction or something, though. Silvergill Mentor. Reveal a Merfolk, or behold a Merfolk, or pay 2. It creates a 1/1. That's pretty good. We have a lot of Merfolk, I think. Seems really good, actually. Whenever this creature attacks, oh, that's the unblockable. Triggered ability of another element that you control triggers. It triggers an additional time. That's pretty good, but not really our colors. I think we're just taking this Evolving Wilds. Don't really need these other cards in our colors. Actually, what's this? When this creature enters, each opponent loses X life. You gain X life, where X is the number of colors. That's okay, but I think if we can pick up like 2 or 3 Evolving Wilds and something else, we could maybe splash some black and get like our removal spell there. The third Steam Vents we've seen in this draft. Kithkeeper is a 3/3 for 7. When it enters, you create a 1/1 equal to the number of different colors. Tap 3 and tap creatures you control. This creature gets +3/+0 and gains flying. 7 mana is insane, though. I think we probably just take another Sun-Dappled Celebrant. We've got some decent ways to make tokens now. I think that's probably better. This is a big guy. Oh, Sig's Command. Create a token that's a copy of target Merfolk you control. Creatures target player controls gain lifelink. It's a sorcery, but that's still pretty good. Target player draws a card. Tap target creature, put a stun counter. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like the most insane card ever, but fits into our deck and definitely seems like it's got some good value. When this enters, create a 1/1 Shapeshifter with Changeling, and a crit creature gets ++1 is all creature types. This creature enters. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. I don't know if we'll play this, but the 4 mana of greater is actually decent with Convoke. Although currently we only have it's 4 mana actually. We have a good amount of 4 and up. So if we just play this as like double blue, it might be okay. We're pretty far away from black. Convoke, yeah. Pump Spell, maybe we'll play that. It doesn't look amazing. 4 mana is a lot, but 2 creatures get +2/+1 is not bad. It triggers the Flaring Cinder. We are go wide. Another appeal. I think we'll take the Unexpected Assistance instead. We'll take an uncommon, I suppose. Take a dagger and a mountain. I think our deck's not bad. Champion of the Weird. Behold a Goblin and exile it. Blight 2, target opponent blights 2. Cost to cast the spell, behold a Goblin. So you have to have goblins, so we can't play that. Put 2/+1 counters on each creature. That's crazy, but double black is kind of hard for us to make work. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature with Convoke. Yeah, this is Celestial Flare? There's like a 1 white that exiles an attacking or blocking creature with Convoke. So almost a functional reprint, but this seems very good and exactly what we want. So we'll be taking that. Definitely can use some more removal. Slippery Bogle. I have no idea if that's worth anything, but I looked it up. Currently there's no price, so for all I know, I'll be passing a crazy expensive card. As this equipment, as long as it's attached to a creature, the first time you would create one or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of equipped creature. That's kind of crazy. We don't have a ton of ways to make tokens, but we have a few. 1, 2, 3. This makes a token. We have like 4 or 5. Oh, this timer goes down really quickly. I think we should just take this Liminal Hold, probably. Another Lava Leaper. Rime Chill, 7 mana, Vivid, costs 1 less for each color among permanents you control, which is probably going to be 2, maybe 3. Tap up to 2 target creatures, put a stun counter on each of them, and draw a card. So 5 mana for that is what I can probably expect. That's not bad, and there's nothing else to get. Like, I don't need another one of these guys. Well, another 2-drop wouldn't be bad, but this is not really the one I want. Don't need another one of this. And we're taking this, but who knows if we'll play it. Another Rime Chill, I don't think we're taking that. Protective Response, we're probably taking. What's this, though? Chain creature you control when it enters, gives hexproof, +1/+2. Not bad. Ooh, also just a bear that pumps the team is pretty good. I wouldn't mind getting one of these, but we're definitely taking this Protective Response over everything, I think. This black card, Flying Lifelink, whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a -1/- counter on target creature. That's really good too, but let's stay in our colors and get the premium removal spell, Blood Crypt. This enters with 2 -1/- counters, so it's a 1/4 lifelink. Remove 2 counters from this creature, return a creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate as a sorcery. 3 mana value or less. We have a lot of really good 3-drops and even some decent 2-drops. Plus it's just a 1/4 lifelink that becomes a 3/6. Yeah, that seems good. Another Protective Response. Oh wait, are we legally obligated to take High Perfect Morkant? Probably not. Oh, there's also Spiral into Solitude, which is pacifism, blight 1 to exile the creature. I almost think I just want a 3rd Protective Response. It blows up the creature. It does have to be attacking or blocking. Attacking or blocking is not hard to make happen. Convoke means the price is not too much of a big deal, and also we have some benefits from tapping our creatures. I think we're taking another Protective Response. Ooh, Signpost Uncommon at the beginning of your end step, untap target Merfolk you control, and they get +1/+1. Yes, please. It looks like these Shocklands are not even worth anything on MTGO, so not even feeling bad about passing them. Summit Sentinel, not bad. Not a Merfolk, but it's a 2-drop, and I think we can afford that. We'll take the creature over the second copy of the combat trick. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, this creature gets +2/+0 and gains Vigilance. I don't know if I'm going to play either of these, but I already have 2 of this guy, so we'll take the 3-drop. Take a 2-drop. Oh, I actually did kind of want to get one of these basic land cyclers, so we'll take that. Gorgeous art, but not the best card, and certainly not one we can play. All right, we have 33 cards, so 10 to cut, although that includes this Wilds. Don't know why cutting that makes these all shift over. All right, let's look at our 2-drops. We have 3 of this Gravegill Scoundrel. Whenever it attacks, you may tap another untapped creature you control to make this unblockable. It's just a 1/3 Vigilance. You definitely don't need 3 of those. Probably will cut another. Summit Sentinel is an elemental, not a Merfolk, but I kind of like its ability a little better. When it dies, you draw a card. Deep Channel Duelist, definitely keep in. Silvergale Mentor, same. This Kithkin will definitely be playing. Burdened Stoneback. All right, we have 21 creatures, so we can definitely cut like 5-ish. Voracious Tome Skimmer. We don't even have that many instants. 6 if we play everything we currently have. Not really any flash creatures, and it's really tough to cast, so I think we're getting rid of that. Eclipsed Marrow, 2/3. When it enters, look at the top 4. You get a Merfolk, Plains, or Island into your hand. Super good. I think that's definitely worth keeping. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, it gets +2/+0 in Vigilance. I don't love that. Whenever another creature you control enters while this has a -1 counter, you remove it. Yeah, I mean, these just become 4/4s permanently without having to cast stuff. Well, you have to cast a couple creatures, but then they become that permanently. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, to target creature an opponent controls gets -3/-0. I don't think we need 2 of those. I think since we have 3 Protective Response, I probably don't need this Appeal to Erdu. I prefer the thing that just blows a guy up with Convoke. Sig's Command, we're definitely keeping. Making a copy of this Deep Channel Duelist, that'd be really good. Liminal Hold, we'll keep all of. Cost 1 less for each creature or color among permanents you control. So we can easily have white and blue. We do have the ability to have black and red, but that's just 1 card each. Currently Flaring Cinder triggers off of 10 different cards. I think it's probably worth keeping. It's also when it enters. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think Rhyme Chill is just a little unreliable. I think we'll get rid of it. Stratosaur, basic land cycles, plus Evolving Wilds for our... We're not splashing anything, obviously, like red or black. We're just going to do white and blue, but those are ways to make sure that we can get our colors. So we're at 25 cards here, 2 more cuts. We only have 8 Merfolks, so I don't really want to cut any more of them. Just for like the Deep Channel, the Silvergill Mentor, and the Eclipsed Marrow. It's kind of a tough call though. We could cut some of our high end. We have 4 Convoke spells. Could also run 16 lands. Not necessarily the smartest thing. This can kind of be a basic land, but 2 mana, it's not 100%. But these Convoke spells are, 1 to 2 mana cheaper pretty reliably. So like, our curve doesn't really go up to 6, it goes up to like 4 or 5 actually. And I kind of think the cheaper creatures is important enough and good enough because of all our Convoke. I may cut this and then leave it at 16 lands and see how that does. Get the Evolving Wilds in there. We're not playing any swamps or mountains. Alright, I think this looks pretty reasonable. Let's give it a try. We can always add another land if we need. I guess we're supposed to add one to our sideboard, just in case we want to swap it out.
You can now pick up my comprehensive guide to Esper Cryo Affinity, including 38 sideboard matchups, and I just put out a big update for my Black Sack guide, including a slightly different deck list. I began offering coaching sessions if you're interested in taking your Pauper game to the next level, and I'm accepting deck donations, so if you desperately want me to play a deck that I usually wouldn't play, something like Elves, then you can make me do that for a small fee. I've started posting a League video every single day, not to mention streaming at least a couple times a week on Twitch, but I'm not going to be able to keep that up forever unless I can get a little bit more help from the community. Any of the ways I've just mentioned are great ways to help me out, or you can even subscribe and support me on a monthly basis.
All right, let's see what this deck can do. We're on the play, and we have removal, lands, and nothing else. We're hitting our land. I mean, this is not great. We have 6 2-drops and we don't have a single one. If we get behind, we do have ways to like slow them down. So sure, we'll keep this pretty shoddy hand. Mulliganing is probably better because we are probably a bit more of an aggressive deck, but not losing cards is good. And we're on the play, and we have a removal spell on 3 and 4, so I think we'll be okay. We get a Reaping Willow, pretty decent. We can play that on turn 4. They start with a Burden to Stone back. We get a Flaring Cinder. Unfortunately, we don't have the double blue for it. I probably will just Protective Response to blow this up. If they attack, it's a pretty decent card. I want to slow them down. They play Brigid, Clashin's Heart. 3/2, whenever this creature enters or transforms into it, create a 1/1. Beginning of your first main phase, you may pay green if you do transform it. Add X green or X white, or X is the number of other creatures you control. First main phase, pay a white, which transforms and gets another 1/1. Okay, they may not have the green, so it could just be a 3/2 that makes a 1/1, which is honestly not bad. No attacks. Okay, I guess anticipating the removal spell. We get another Liminal Hold. I think we just play Reaping Willow. It blocks here as long as they can't get rid of it. And if they can, we take quite a bit of damage, unfortunately. But then if we get a land, we could play the Sun-Dappled Celebrant. If we get a spell, we can probably play that. Noggle the Mind. Creature loses all abilities and it was a 1/1, but it had -1/-1 counter, so it died immediately. That's a bit unfortunate. Wanderbrine Trapper, 2/1, 1 tap another untapped creature you control, tap target creature and opponent controls. That's pretty good. 2/1 is strong. I can play the Eclipsed Marrow, which currently blocks everything, although this can become a 3/3 and make like this indestructible, which means we'll take a lot. We don't have a 1-drop for this to find. It could find just like it could find a land, and then I can also have Protective Response up. I think that's worth it. Gravegill Scoundrel. Yeah, I think we just prefer the island here. It opens up Flaring Cinder and Sun-Dappled Celebrant, and it lets us play Protective Response this turn. Unless, of course, they tap down the Marrow, which is possible. Pestered Wellguard. Okay, well, their deck's working a lot better than ours, because now they're going to use this to tap this, which makes them a 1/1 with flying. And then I can't Protective Response here because these weren't attacking at the time. So we're down to 8. We play a Celebrant, but it gets tapped and then we die. I think we play Flaring Cinder or Silvergill Peddler and then hold up the response. We'll go with the Cinder. I think I need more smaller creatures to play, so I'm going to get rid of the Celebrant because it just doesn't look like we're going to be able to play it this game. And it gets tapped really easily. They're going to make the Wellguard indestructible, growing the Stone back. Use the Trapper to tap down the Cinder. So I guess if they just attack here, block, and then they're also making this indestructible. Well, that's really annoying. So I guess I have to chump one of these, because otherwise we go to 1, and then I blow up the 4/4. Stratasaur. Liminal Hold to get this guy, then we block. We go up to 6, but we take 6. Liminal Hold for this guy, and they tap. We go to 5. Also, I can discard. Not that that matters too much, I don't think. I think we take this guy. If they attack with everything, we take 5. If they play a creature and tap this, then we'll lose. Or just remove it. Alright, well, it's the mirror match. Their deck looks a little better. Plus, they also just had a lot more creatures than we did. A better draw for sure. I mean, we did keep kind of a mediocre hand, I will admit. Not sure we have anything to swap out, though. I think we just resubmit. Try to get a better draw. Alright, we're on the play again, and we have 6 of the same 7 cards from last time. It didn't work out before. We don't have a 2-drop, but we do have a pretty good 3-drop this time, I think. I mean, this is a big difference from having like the 6-drop. So hopefully this will be okay. I would love to draw a 2-drop though, obviously, but we'll get a land instead. Okay, no 2-drop from them is nice. They basically just curved out last time, which is why we lost. So let's try not to let that happen. Eclipsed Marrow, we have plenty of lands, so we're just going to take the Wellguard. I mean, Wellguard's pretty good too. Play Colossian Festival. When it enters, create 2 1/1s, 5 mana to create another. That's not bad. We'll swing for 2. Play the Wellguard. Reaping Willow can buy back this Marrow when it dies. That'd be cool. Ooh, that's pretty good art. Chris Ron. Of course it's amazing art. It's Chris Ron, the best artist in Magic. My favorite artist, personally. And I literally did not know he did this when I was commenting on how great it is. We're going to attack with a Kithkin token. I think we'll take it. Don't really want to put this at risk. Yeah, Noggle the Mind. So they would have traded. I mean, now it's just a 1/1 with no abilities, so it doesn't really matter if it had traded now. Oh, does it? Yeah, it's a Noggle. I was going to say, if it was still a Merfolk, it would at least get +1/+1, but that's not the case. I play the Deep Channel Duelist, but that's very mana inefficient, since I don't think I'm going to be casting one of these, probably. I have a Liminal Hold I could use on Noggle the Mind. I guess that's not terrible. This guy's really good. Then I get to attack and make a 1/1. Yeah, I think we'll give that a try. Making a 1/1 with flying every turn is really strong, and based on what they did last time, we didn't necessarily see they had any bombs or anything. It was just a lot of solid creatures in a curve. Obviously, that was just one game. Moonlit Lamenter enters with a -1/-1 counter, remove a counter, draw a card. 1/4, 2 mana, draw a card. That's really good. Okay. We're just going to do that right now. Stratasaur, when this creature enters, target creature gains flying. Oh, nice. So I can, it's a 2/5, but no reach, so I can just jump this Wellguard and get another fairy. Hit for 4, play Spiral into Solitude, so that's the pacifism, and a Wonder Brine Trapper again. Sundappled Celebrant. Okay, so I don't have to attack with this to get our 1/1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I can hold up 3 for a protective response, or I could just play Deep Channel Duelist. That's probably better. Alright, we'll attack with 2 fairies. Play the Celebrant, triggering the Wellguard to make another 1/1. Play a Duelist. Oh, I guess I can even also hold up protective response here. Oh, unless they're going to counter this. Oh, they're going to blight 1 to exile enchanted creature. Sure. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even think about that. Obviously, that's one of the main synergies. They blight onto their creature that has a remove a counter, get a thing. Seems cool. We'll untap the Wellguard. If they attack, I could tap it again for another flyer by casting Protective Response. That'd be pretty cool. They remove a counter from the Moonlit Lamenter. That's really good art, too. Steve Ellis. All right, we win that game. I don't think we have any disenchants, because they do have a few enchantments. Noggle, Pacifism, and that Kithkin one. But it looks like we're just going to have to deal with it. Could put an Appeal to Erdu. We're definitely going to be going up against a lot of combat here. I don't think so. I think we'll just leave it. 3 planes, and I feel like our curve is very low, but we continue to get these hands that are just really expensive. We cannot keep this one. That's just very clearly a bad hand. Now we get not a bad hand, but exclusively islands. We'll get rid of one of those, keep our 2-drops and our Wellguard. Alright, we do get our planes. That's nice. They're also on just islands. 2/1 flyer. Cast a spell during an opponent's turn, Surveil 2. Man, that's a good card. Alright, we'll play the Vigilance guy, I guess, in case we get something we want to Convoke. But yeah, 2/1 flyer with an upside for 2. Come a long way from Sylvan Turn, something like that. Take 2 damage. They are off white mana still. Attack for 1. Just play the Summit Sentinel, I guess. I could cycle the Stratasaur, but I might be able to play it. It wouldn't be bad to get another white mana, so I can play like the Sundappled Celebrant, but I think for now we'll want to keep it in case we get that plains or something. They hit the plains. Swing for 2, just pass. We'll swing, and I mean, I think I'm just playing this Wellguard, hoping that they don't have a counterspell or something for it. Obviously, they haven't played anything. They have this guy that triggers if they cast stuff out on our turn, but I don't want to cast nothing. And it does resolve. Probably get, yeah, Noggled, though. Binning 2 lands. Oh, it also makes it colorless, so that you can't convoke for that color of mana. That's pretty relevant. I mean, here it doesn't matter because we're not convoking for blue, but if they had put it on a white creature, it would be super relevant. They're going to swing for 2. They play a Reluctant Downguard. We get our Kinskier Sentry. This creature attacks, you may put X... You may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand into the battlefield. Tapped and attack max to the number of attacking creatures you control. So we can have 4 next turn. It's not going to get either of these out. I could play it, which would allow us to play the Celebrant next turn. I think I just play the Flyer. This allows this guy to attack in. You tap another untapped creature you control. If you do, this can't be blocked. So I think we just attack with these 2 and tap this. So we get in for 2 still. And then we have a Flyer to block their guy finally. They have a Pacifism for the Soarer. I think, well, we're just going to attack for 1 here. Tapping this guy. Then we're going to play the Sentry. It's mana inefficient, but it does allow us to throw out the Wonder Wine Distractor next turn if we want. Although it wouldn't have the trigger because it would enter tapped. But it also allows us to convoke out the Celebrant if we want. Sometimes a 1/3 unblockable is just too strong and your opponent concedes, or rather times out, due to being disconnected, and you win the match. So obviously our deck is incredible, being 1-0 so far. Alright, here we are, and definitely a different hand than we've been getting before. We actually have some 2-drops. We only have white lands, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think we keep this. Kinskier Sentry can be really good on the play. Even if we can just get like another 2-drop white creature, we could start playing like 2-drops for free. And if we get an island, I think we're in a pretty good spot. There's the island. All right. So, I mean, Sentry's big ability is pretty cool, but it can be hard to trigger and things like that. But also, it's just a 2/2 first strike lifelink, which is really good. They have a Timid Shield Bearer, so they have a bear, but ours has first strike and lifelink, so we get to not only attack in with no fear, but also offset the damage that they can deal us. Although we also just get a 1/3, which can block very nicely. But we get to attack here, play the Gravegill Scoundrel. And now, if we draw like a 2-drop, we can actually get that off the Sentry for free and then play a Wellguard as well. Crossroads Watcher is a 3/3 trample. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +1/+0. Okay, not bad. We do get a 2-drop. Okay. So I can actually attack with everything, put the Mentor in, tapped and attacking, and then, oh, okay. Wait. So I can, this makes a white and blue Merfolk. This makes a blue and black fairy. So I can play the Pestered Wellguard, and then I can attack with these 2. This is Vigilance. We put in a Silvergale Mentor, which gives us a token. So now I have 3 untapped creatures, one of which is white, and I can Protective Response. I'm pretty sure this is incredible. So we get to play this, attack with both of these, put a 2-drop into play, tapped and attacking, which makes a 1/1. And I could tap one of the... Oh, actually, that's great. Yeah, I can tap... Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because I can tap this to make this unblockable. Now we make a 1/1, and I also still have Protective Response up. So then they block the 2/2, and then I do first strike damage, and then I can Protective Response to keep it alive if I want, which feels pretty good because then I have a liminal hold next turn. Oh my god, that play was insane. Look at this. This is my turn 4 in limited. This is crazy. And then they play like a 4-drop, assuming it doesn't have any big ability. They just have another Crossroads Watcher. Yeah, I get to... And if we get a creature here... Okay. If we got any creature, even a Sun-Dappled guy, I could throw it in with the Sentry. But they just concede. Yeah, that was absolutely bonkers. Okay, they're green-white something. I guess we just run it back and do that again. That'd be pretty cool. All right, this hand, nowhere near as good. A little slower, but we have a couple good 3-drops. And then Unexpected Assistance. Okay, they could start pretty aggressive here. The Gold Meadow Nomad, and that would be... If they have a 2-drop, like, we could be in some serious trouble if they curve out here. Attack for 1. Okay, luckily they did not, especially because we're just drawing lands. We'll take another one. They do have the Crossroads Watcher, which makes sense. This is getting in regardless. Probably want to play the Marrow, because it could set up like a 4-drop next turn. I could also play like the Silvergill Peddler, and that would allow me to unexpected assistance, but I probably need to hit the, like, commit to the board a little bit more. So let's do this and try to hit our 4-drop. No, we hit all lands and a liminal hold. Okay. I mean, the liminal hold is unfortunate to lose, but I guess getting rid of the other lands is not bad. They'll swing for 3. We're going to take it. And then they play a Mist Meadow Council. So this could have given them one more damage, but that's okay. When it enters, draw a card. It's a 4/3. It costs 1 less if you control a Kithkin, and this is a Kithkin. Yeah, and this is too. Okay, pretty good. We are getting so flooded. It's a 4/3. I've got to just play this Peddler. I could play an Unexpected Assistance, but we take way too much damage. This way I can at least double block the Mist Meadow Council and hope they don't have a combat trick for it. He plays Surly Farrier. Bear, target creature you control gets +1/+1 against vigilance, sorcery speed. Not bad. And they have the pacifism. Okay, that is rough. So I take 8 here. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's the liminal hold. So expensive. I could get rid of the spiral to get my blocker back, but it's probably better to just get the 4/3 gone. Maybe the trampler gone. I could also just play the burdened stone back, hold up unexpected assistance, and then next turn I go for a liminal hold, and hopefully I draw into something else relevant. And I could like double block. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Not great by any means. Timid Shield Bearer doesn't matter too much yet, but it will. Also pumps this, of course. They give it +1/+1 and vigilance. I'm definitely dead to a combat trick here. If they're just attacking with that, I feel like I have to block it, but then I trade both of these for it. That's not very good. I guess if I trade both of these and I assistance, yeah, I don't think I can afford to take that damage. I guess we will. Play unexpected assistance. First we loot, and then we're going to draw 3 and discard. But we don't have anything for 1 mana that's going to change this math, unfortunately. We draw another land. Okay, we actually didn't draw all lands there. Discard a plains. We'll trade here, and they're going to exile this. Yeah. So 4, I can play like a liminal hold on this. Play a Sentinel. It's probably best. Could play Wander, Wine, Distractor, plus Sentinel. I think we're going to do liminal hold. Just get the big guy out of there. Play a blocker. It's possible that holding it so that, because this guy could become a problem in the late game, or even right now if they just play a land, it could be a problem. But Pyrrhic Strike is an additional cost to cast it. You may blight to choose one, destroy a target artifact or enchantment, or destroy a target creature with mana value 3 or greater. Well, that's not great, and also it gives them another card, so perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Pump this. I guess if I jump, I just draw a new card, which could be decent. Another Celebrant. I mean, these can be good, but right now not the best. But what else do we got? We're going to play that, play an Evolving Wilds. Do I even have any basics left? I feel like I've drawn so many. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 5 lands and 15 spells left in my deck. Perfect. Attack with everything. I block here and I take 9. So I die. I mean, if I'm going to draw that many lands, obviously, Rhyme Chill gets decent. But I think I just try not to draw that many lands this time. No lands, not going to work. Here we have 2 with all 4 drops. Is my mana curve really that high? I feel like I have quite a few cheap cards. This hand is not going to work. Alright, we'll keep this one. But now I have to get rid of 2 cards. I guess it's the Assistance, and I kind of feel like it's a land. I kind of need some spells. I can cast the Response even without the 3rd land here. And this way, if I get flooded, at least I can have a 4-drop to play. They have a Timid Shield Bearer. Attack. They can block. I could blow this up. I think it's probably better to save it, even though I'm using no mana this turn. Like, this could be, again, a card that I want to kill later, but it could also be something that I don't care about at all, especially if they're missing land drops. Sack this. How much double blue do we have? Just 1, and we have a whole bunch of double white. So let's get a white. Sentry. Sentry's good. So I could play the Peddler and then tap it right away and get in for 1. Oh, this has Vigilance. Great. I was going to say, but I don't want to trade 1 for 3, but Vigilance is actually really nice because then I get to loot and I still get a blocker. I do think I discard the island, though. Like, looting is usually good, but of course I'm looting with a handful of pretty decent cards, so not the best thing ever there. But, I don't know. Wary Farmer. 3/3 at the beginning of your end step. If another creature enters the battlefield under your control this turn, surveil 1. Okay, that's not too bad. We get a land. Probably just play the Distractor. Sentry's cool, but not amazing on this board. I can get in for 1. Neither of these tapping makes a ton of difference. I think we'll just wait for now. Like, if I attack and tap this, then they can get in for 3. I don't like that. If I tap this, then they can get in for 3, or I trade these. The 1 damage isn't really worth it, and the trigger I'm getting actually doesn't really matter. So, Reluctant Downguard. So you get to surveil 1, bin a Surly Farrier. Deep Channel Duelist. These are all Merfolk. Okay, that's a great draw. These all get +1/+1. So I can attack with all of them, and I can also play this Sentry, and this has Vigilance, so by attacking with everything, Protective Response is still online, unless if I tap one of these to make this unblockable. No, I think it's fine. Let's just attack. This gives this -3, -0. We'll loot, discard an island. I'm not going to tap to make it unblockable because I want to have the protective response up. If they block it with 2/2s, then I'll probably use the response to blow them both up. Well, blow one of them up and then eat the other. That seems pretty good. They also have this 0/3 they can just throw in front of there if they want. Yeah, they're double blocking this guy. That makes sense. Let's destroy this guy and then eat the other one, assuming they don't have a combat trick of their own. Nice, and they take 5. That was really good. And then also this untaps a Merfolk. I guess we'll make it the 5/4. And now if we get any 5-drop creature, I mean, we can already mostly play them, but like this can throw it in tapped and attacking. So if we get like our Soarer, Soarer, that can immediately be attacking, give flying to something, keep out, deals 4 damage to target tapped creature. That's pretty good. Still in a pretty good spot, but that is a bit unfortunate. Oh, and a Pyrrhic Strike to blow up. Okay, well, we're in a good spot, but that was a lot of removal. This 3/3 is now problematic. I can't attack into it except for this guy. All right. Well, we do get to go unblockable and loot away our land here. And Liminal Hold is not bad. It's a tough call. The 3/3, like just exiling the 3/3 with this Liminal Hold could be good enough because I can attack with everything next turn. But if they play like some bomb, I really need to have this. And they play a land and a Crossroads Watcher, so not a bomb, but it is just another 3/3, so exiling one of them doesn't do a ton here. They Surveil and leave it on top. Protective Response. So these are both pretty good. We probably don't need to loot. All right, we have a Protective Response if they get another bomb, so I think we just go for this now. On the Surveiler, yeah, I don't think I care about the Trampler as much. We'll just pass. Thought Weft Imbuer. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +X for X the number of Kithkin you control. It's an 0/5. That's pretty good. They attack with this guy. If they attack with this one, I'd definitely blow it up. It's a 4/5. If I block with everything, they can only kill one. Then they get to bring this back. I think I'd just take it for now. Plains. Tap this to loot. Okay, we get Burdened Stone back. Hit for 1. Attack with this guy again. Take 4. Sun-Dappled Celebrant is pretty good. We're gonna do this. We're gonna loot. Ooh, okay, well, that's not what I wanted to loot away. I think I get rid of the Protective Response now, because the next turn we attack with everything and we throw in the Stratasaur, jump this, we hit for at least like 8. We can also make stuff unblock indestructible. Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, I think we still hit for 1. It could be bad if they get a removal spell for the Sun-Dappled Celebrant, but to me it reads like a free damage, so I think we just do that. Then yeah, next turn we make this and this indestructible. Oh, Mirror Sky Swimmer. Okay, not the worst thing ever. 2/2 Flying Vigilance makes a 1/1. Pretty good, but not insane, I guess. I guess the 2 flyers is pretty good, actually. This gets +3. It's an 8/6. I got a 6 because it's got trample. Yep. Okay, I guess our other liminal holding would be really good. Reluctant Downguard. The fact that they have flyers now is really annoying because I was going to hit for 8 they couldn't block and then have force like some chumps or whatever. I have to attack with everything if I want to get the Stratasaur because this is next to the number of attacking creatures you control. Could also just play the Downguard, but then this gets chumped by this. Oh, next turn they get to give +3/+0 to one of these, attack for 6, but I'm gonna have gained 2. Yeah, we're kind of living on the edge here. I guess I could jump this. This gets chumped regardless. No, I think we just do this. This gains indestructible. This gains indestructible, I suppose. Attack with everything. So first we loot. Sure, we'll get rid of planes. Then we put the Stratasaur in. I actually jumped the 4/4 because this could just get blocked by this otherwise, and this can get jumped by that, that's fine. And I could tap another creature, but I don't want to because I want this to have to be a blocker. If they have nothing, I don't think we're dead here, but if they have just about anything, we probably lose. We are forcing like 1 chump here, and this is still 11, so yeah, 1 chump and like a block. I mean, chump with this, that's not very good, I guess. So they're gonna take 9. Oh, they actually get a free block on this to eat that guy, fair enough, and then they get to jump here. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. They go to 2, but they pump this, make it 5, and that's not quite lethal. I can pump this to make it a 6/6, but I can chump or take it. Crossroads Watcher, that's a 4th Kithkin, so they can pump this, make it 8. So I have to chump, I lose 2. Now there's hitting here for 6 because it's got vigilance, so they don't die on the crackback. Unless I can throw any creature in, which I can. Okay, I think I have it because they don't gain life. And they're at 2, so I just need to be able to hit them with a 2 power haste guy, which I can with the sentry and this Downguard. We'll loot, get rid of a land, throw in the down guard, and that should be Xaxes. Because every creature we have has at least 2 power. They only have one fewer blockers. They have 1 fewer blockers than they need, and no life gain or anything. Really close match. Dang. That was a fun one, though. All right, going for the 3-0, and this hand looks really good. We get to Silvergill Mentor, beholding this Eclipsed Marrow. So we just get like pretty aggressive start. Ooh, that Evolving Wilds is actually pretty well timed too. Not that I wanted another land necessarily, but having the triple white for the Reaping Willow is relevant. They have a Summit Sentinel. I mean, that's going to stall our aggression from the Silvergill Mentor, but just having this early can be really good for Convoke if we get like some Sun-Dappled Celebrants. So I'm still going to play it early. Getting the down guard, though, probably makes me want to play that next, so it can start growing. Currently, they're on mono blue. Gonna pass. Ooh, Unexpected Assistance. I could play that right now. This doesn't have flying or anything, so yeah, I think we're just playing the down guard. It'll start growing as we play other creatures. Like, I could play the Eclipsed Marrow here, but it still can't attack past this one Sentinel, so I'd rather play the down guard, which can grow when I play one of my creatures next turn. It's a 3-3, then I can attack in, then a 4-4 the next turn, unless they want to counter it here. They do counter with a Wild Unraveling, Blight 2, or pay 1. So it's a cancel, or you can Blight 2 to make it a counter spell. Not a bad card. I can reanimate that if I really want with the Reaping Willow. Probably not the card that I'm most excited to reanimate. I'd rather reanimate like an Eclipsed Marrow or something, but it's an option. Play another island. So they could be off a color, or they could just legitimately be mono blue. They haven't done enough for me to think that they're definitely mono blue, but they also have, you know, they've played some cards. Wanderwine Distractor. Stratasaur is not bad. Well, we're just playing this guy right now. Passing. They miss a land drop and just pass here. Okay. I think I play the Stratasaur just because it starts getting damage in. They could have another counter spell. It only jumps for either 1 lifelink or 2 damage. I think I might as well make it 2. But then it's a 3-5 attacker, so if they don't have much going on, they can just start getting in for some damage. Oh, they flash in a Glamourmite, which is a 2-2 tapper on top of a creature. Okay. I mean, I'm fine if they want to trade that. I mean, our guy was just a 2-1 and theirs was a 2-2 flying, so I'm pretty happy with that trade. They do tap this, so they're going to be able to attack in with the Wanderwine if they want, but that's fine. And they convoke out an Omni Changeling. You may have this creature enters a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it has Changeling, and it has Convoke, so they got a Stratasaur of their own. That's pretty good for 4. Protective Response. Alright, let's go for a Marrow. All we got is a Plains. We put a bunch of decent cards on the bottom. So let's see. I can't attack here. We'll just block. They're going to attack in. We have a Protective Response. I can't also Unexpected Assistance. Do one or the other. I could also reanimate this. Well, if I was going to reanimate this, I probably should have done it already. It's fine. Let's just pass. I'm going to guess at this point they are mono blue. Either that or they're doing extremely well with just 1 color. But Glister Baron, 1-4. When at the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gets +X/+X, where X is the number of colors among permanents, which is now going to be 2. +2/+2 is pretty good every turn. Probably going to have to Protective Response to be able to not take 1,000,000 damage here. I guess this guy's on the ground, actually. I could just chump with the Merfolk token, or the Marrow if I want to reanimate that. And then it lets me play the Unexpected Assistance this turn. Sure. Let's do that. And let's play Unexpected Assistance. Liminal Hold is really good. Alright, so yeah, Liminal Hold might need to go for this Bairn. We have 7 mana, so let's start by reanimating this Marrow. Make this a big guy finally. We find Gravelgill or Deep Channel. I think that's obviously the Deep Channel Duelist. Although we're not playing it this turn because I have too many 4-drops. I gotta get one of them in. Could be the Well Guard. Liminal Holding. I actually don't know if I care about this right now. If I Liminal Holding like this and then Protective Response to this, they don't have that much going on. And we have a Protective Response this turn, so I actually don't think I Liminal Hold this turn. Let's just attack with the Willow, because it's got lifelink. Might as well gain our 3. No, they just chump with the Sentinel. Okay, I mean, that's not bad either. Then I'll play the Well Guard and pass. They go to pump the Stratasaur this time, so it can't get chump blocked. And I'll just try to blow it up with the Protective Response, making a 1-1 off the Well Guard. They play a Well Guard of their own. And what is this? Flittering Nuisance. It's a 1-1. Well, it's a 2-2 for 1. Enters with --/- from counter. Remove a counter whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn. Draw a card.
That's pretty good. Oh, I could play the Duelist. I could also play both of these. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3 Merfolk. Let's see. So if I take the 1/4 away, their highest toughness is 3, so I can't get in with this Merfolk, but I could get in with these two and this. Yeah, I probably think the liminal hold on the Baron is already pretty decent. Duelist here. Attack with a 3/6, 3/5, 3/4, 4/3. We'll leave back. We're gonna make another 1/1. Yeah, so we'll leave back the other 1/1 that we can block the flyer with. It's a lot of damage. Gonna be hard for them to take it all. I mean, it's 14 total. They trade off with a whole bunch of stuff. That seems pretty good for us, I think. I mean, we lost a lot of good creatures, but like, unless they have like a board wipe or board bounce or something here, we just have a ton of value. A ton of creatures to attack in. They have a Silvergill Peddler. That's not going to do too much. It's a 2/3, so it blocks our small guys. We get some good ones, though. Oh, and they have another Glamourmite to tap. Probably the Reaping Willow, because it's got lifelink. Yep. All right. That also holds back the Fairy token, so I'm just attacking for 3. But I get to play our 2 creatures in hand, and it's a lot of damage next turn. Untap this guy. All right. We win that game against Mono Blue. I think our deck is perfect as is. Alright, this hand is... Isn't this what we started the league with? Was this exact hand? We're definitely going to mulligan it. This one's better. 2-drop, 2 protective responses. I think we'll get rid of a land. Liminal hold. They're not mono blue. They gotta be so heavily blue, though, because pretty sure they ended with no cards in hand, so like they did not see a red spell at all. So they can't have that many. Furdock Core. Add 1 mana of any color. This artifact becomes a 4/4 until end of turn. Okay. Well, here we're getting punished for getting rid of the land. I guess it's not unreasonable. We should have gotten rid of a protective response, but based on all of our previous games, I feel like it makes sense to get rid of a land because we had so many. And we were only punished minorly. I mean, they don't have a single thing here. I probably shouldn't attack because they could have a flash something. Let's not attack. Let's play Silvergill Peddler. Flaring Cinder attacks a little better. Gives us more value. I have to discard first. Let's just go with the Peddler. See if they want to counterspell or whatever. They do. Island, and they just activate the core to attack for 4. I could chump, which draws us a card, but having the creatures for Convoke's actually pretty decent. Pretty good. And especially like the Sun-Dappled Celebrant. So if I play the Flaring Cinder, we'd get to draw a card here. Probably discarding a protective response. If I play the Deep Channel Duelist, its ability doesn't really do much, but it is a white creature to play the Celebrant next turn if I get an untapped, if I get like an island, not a plains, because the plains would work either way. I think we just go with the Flaring Cinder. I don't love discarding one of these cards, but they don't have any creatures really, except for this guy, and I already have 2 other removal spells, so let's just do that. And we get an Evolving Wilds, that's nice. So that gets a plains, and I don't want to chump with this guy again, because I want to play the Celebrant, so. Not to mention, if their main game plan, like, is just activating this, we're not in too bad of a spot anyway. But apparently that's changed, because they're not activating now. We'll get a plains. Sky Swimmer. So I can play the Sun-Dappled Celebrant, but they could just counter it. And if I play this, well, I get to loot either way, or rummage rather. Let's go with the Sky Swimmer. If they counter this, then I'll probably get rid of the Deep Channel Duelist, because like we don't have a lot of Merfolk, but if they don't counter this, and having this to buff these is pretty good. I don't know. I don't really want to get rid of another one of these removal spells. Our hand is entirely good. I might just say no to this, actually. This time. Yeah, I think so. Hand just looks pretty solid. This also does let us hold up the protective response this turn if they go for like the core and attack. But clearly they held up something. Maybe they were just holding up the core in case we attacked them. They didn't want to trade 4 for 4. I don't know. Ashling's Command. 2 damage to each creature target player controls. Well, that couldn't have gone worse. I guess it would have been better if we played the Sun-Dappled Celebrant. Also, target player draws 2 cards. That's pretty good. Very strong there. Okay, so I'm going to guess they're mono blue, just splashing for this. Maybe one other card, which is reasonable. They play a Mystic. So if we get a land, we can play the Celebrant. Yeah, I think we just do that. Hope there's no counterspell here. But they have enough mana, they're always going to have mana up. So I got to just play into it, I think. They have a Glamourmite. Glamourmite, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that taps that. So we're going to take 4, maybe 6 if they cast a 4-drop. They have a Stratosaur of their own. Okay. Jumps that. Doesn't really matter, but it does grow it. So they get to attack for 6 with Vigilance. I think we're playing a Liminal Hold. Yeah, play this. take the flyer, well, the big flyer, gain 2, attack with the Celebrant. I have a protective response. I could also just play the Deep Channel Duelist. It's just a 2/2 right now. The main downside is that I don't have a card to sandbag to like discard, but we've already gone through our Peddler. If we get unexpected assistance, it's fine. And by playing this, I still hold up the protective response. So I think I would rather just have the body on the board. Since we don't have any flying, I probably just kill the Glamour Mine if they attack with it. Although I need to remember that this core can turn into a 4/4, so they could boot that up and double block the Celebrant. Lofty Dreams. Enters, draw a card, it gives +2/+2 and flying. Convoke. Well, I guess that's what we're blowing up, because that's now a, well, this turn it's a 6/6 Flying Vigilance. It's pretty good, especially because they got to draw a card off of it, but Blossom Bind. Oh, come on. Tap it, it can't become untapped, which means I can't Convoke, which means I can't destroy this turn. So I'm going to take 6 damage that I otherwise would not. Well, that's really unfortunate. And Sig can't be blocked. Whenever this creature enters or transforms, target creature gains when this deals damage to a player, draw a card. You can pay a white to transform it into, gains protection from each color until your next turn. Well, that's crazy. Well, we're dead now. We were fine a second ago. Reaping Willow, actually a pretty good card. Play that. I think we just reanimate right away. The Cinder, I'm not going to discard though, or the Peddler. Oh, we're just dead either way though. Because I can blow this up, but I have no flying. And then they attack. This is unblockable. And this is flying. So we're dead. And this can't block anything for lifelink. Never mind. I thought that was okay, but they just had a ton of crazy cards all of a sudden. Ugh. And that was the game where, in the early game, we actually got rid of a protective response because we needed to find lands, but obviously having another protective response later in the game would have been better because we could have blown up more of those creatures. Alright, on the play. First time we've seen a Sig's command, which could just be draw, tap a thing, creatures target player. This seems good, but like our hand is just so bad and slow, which might be fine based on what they did last time. We have ways to stall. I'm going to give it a try. If we draw lands, then we can play our spells. If we draw spells, we should be able to play them. It's only really bad if we draw like all of our 4-drops. And obviously, if we're lucky, we draw a 2-drop into a 3-drop here. Start with a Flittering Nuisance. Or I guess if we draw all of our spells. I feel like we have a good number of creatures, but we keep getting these hands with all spells. Summit Sentinel, Stratosaur. Well, I guess we'll pass. They're going to attack. If they activate this ability, they'll get to draw a card, but I'll still blow up the other one. Like, I'll blow this up and then they draw 1 card. Alright, we'll cycle this for a Plains. Reluctant Downguard. Anything we play here probably gets countered, or they have a Glamour guy. I think I have to play a creature, though. Yep, they cancel it. They remove a counter. Now they're going to get to draw 2. So basically a divination and a +1/+1 counter. Pretty good exchange for them. I would love a creature. We get a Plains. This is just a 2/2 flying now. I think I'm going to play this. My alternative is, well, I could blow it up with a response, or I could play an unexpected assistance. I think we're taking too much damage. Let's try to slow it down. And then we can go with an assistance, or maybe just a Celebrant next turn. Play a Stratosaur. We get a Plains. We're going to play this guy. I could protect response the Stratosaur, but then I'm not playing anything else. If this guy survives, it could maybe gain lifelink. Gain 5, draw a card is not a terrible way to use this card. Blossom Bind. Never mind. Island, and they have a Pestered Wellguard. Well, we can't really catch a break. Everything that we're drawing is pretty bad. Yeah. I guess we will tap a creature and draw a card. Tapping this so they don't get an extra 3/2, or an extra flyer. Another protective response. Sure. They play the core. Swing with these 2. I'll try to blow up the Wellguard. They have another counter spell. We just get another protective response. I guess we'll double response this turn. Although if they boot this up, blow up this and this, we're still taking 5. I'll try to blow up the Soarer and the Wellguard. We'll take 2 down to 5. They have a Changeling for our Celebrant. And of course, we draw an island. So we're super dead, unfortunately. Amazing draws. I mean, that was probably not the best hand to keep, but still a bit unfortunate. 2-1, we almost go even. We get 3 packs. Fortunately, it still costs 2 tickets with the 3 packs, so the only way to make anything out of that is by going 3-0. This was not the best deck ever, and I do think we got a little unlucky. We got very flooded in some games, and we did, probably by our own fault, got too few lands in a couple of those games that we bottomed them off of a mulligan, but we only saw Sig's command 1 time, which is a bit annoying. Oh, I guess I can't move this around anymore. I would have liked to actually use Sig's command, but overall I think the deck performed pretty decently. 17 creatures, although I felt like we were only drawing very few in a lot of our opening hands, but in any case, I hope you enjoyed something a little bit different this draft. I might look into doing some more drafts or something on the channel. Let me know if that's something you'd enjoy, or if I should only ever play Pauper for the rest of time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.